do it. I just don't... but I agree with you. I don't know if Game Freak would do it. Because sometimes for developers, the easiest course is the path of least resistance, and that's where they'll go. But those are pretty much all of the Sun and Moon stuff that we have here, so I hope you guys got all the information you wanted. And obviously, if we see anything more, we'll talk about that in due course. But... well, we have till November, people, and I have a feeling, even though Nintendo has not said it, they've said numerous times this isn't going to happen, Sun and Moon is going to have a presence at E3. Because Nintendo would be stupid to not have it have a presence at E3. There's just, along with the NX, there's too many questions with Sun and Moon, so it will show up.
It just raises too many questions.
Thank you, Falco. Thank you for bringing that up, because it just raises too many questions. So, I have a feeling we'll be seeing
what the
Sun
hell
and
is this
Moon
for?
at E3. We'll get a full-on trailer. The other one that I also want to bring up is somebody actually asked me if I had seen the most recent Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice trailer, and you're in luck because literally, well, before we literally started recording, I just saw it. So, my thought, I'd already seen the Japanese trailer, so I'd seen the subtitles and I knew where they were going. I'm excited. It's coming out September. I'm excited for that. I'm glad it's a digital purchase. It tells me that Capcom is seeing this as a viable medium to be able to do Ace Attorney. And at that point, I would say, Capcom, please take the Japanese games that have not come out to US yet and release them digitally with a dub. That is not expensive. You're already proving that with Ace Attorney 6. And even better, you don't have to pay a voice cast for them. And to the people who are going to be complaining, well, no, we want that with the Meiji version. You're not going to get it, people. At this point, all you want is a dub. You would have been satisfied just as much as me if Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright didn't come out with voices. You would have been just fine, as long as it was dubbed.
I think maybe you have to really run and jump to those notes from the great.
Are we still trying to get this jiggy or whatever we're trying to get?
No,
He's
I'm
trying
lost.
to get those notes.
Yeah.
And you need the washing machine to access the other levels.
Yeah, but for now, I'm trying to do some other basic tasks. I like
the Grunty Industries, where we bang our head against the same wall.
this level. I like this. Well, I do like this level, but it's really confusing.
It's really complex.
Really? Because this is starting to look very much like Rusty Bucket Bay to me.
Well, Rusty Bucket Bay is just mean. This is just hard.
It's just mean.
So yeah, we've seen the Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. I'm also glad that Alex brought this up today because people have been asking.
You could try and shoot the egg across there and get them that way again.
Because people have been asking.
You just didn't aim it.
Godzilla Resurgence.
Godzilla Resurgence.
Are we gonna see it? And my thought on the matter was, I don't know, because I hadn't seen the trailer. I have since seen the trailer, but there's a little bit of confusion as to whether or not this thing is going to hit theaters.
Or
if
US
hits
shores of
DVD, I almost want to say no, we won't, because we haven't done that before.
There's always a room to start.
There's first time for everything.
Or you can go plug batteries into the slots.
Yeah, I can do that too.
There's a first time for everything, you're
Actually,
right, Alex, but at the same time, I don't know if that would be a viable enough concept to take on. I don't know, there'd have to be something, like, really cool about that DVD release to do, like, a full-on review of it.
No, I'm just interested because it's a Toho Godzilla, and well, because Hideaki Anno's on board with it. He's a... So... You hear the loud sighs from Adam. Where?
If you don't understand what that
do
sigh's
something
about, go
else.
look up the Shadow Blazer Shirobako review, and you'll get it.
There is a battery around here somewhere, I swear.
You should start from the bottom and work your way to the top.
Oh!
Now you get one honeycomb.
That's a chance you take when you gamble. Well, my friend, when you gamble, eventually you lose.
And
Yeah.
when you lose,
And if you fall, you die.
and when you lose,
Now that's me, Joe.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
What are you
I know.
up
I had to. I had to.
I'm
stretch
looking for
really
the
hard to
battery.
get that,
There's a
but
battery around somewhere. Oh well.
There you go.
I had to die.
I had to commit suicide, not just for Banjo, but also almost for the controller.
There's also a sign. There's also like a information post about where the batteries may be located. I can't remember where that is though. Fine, I'll start on the bottom and work my way up. Jeez,
I'm just glad that it's Alex receiving the abuse right now.
you're so demanding. You're so demanding. Just fine, I'll go to the bottom and start there.
Gosh. Gosh. I love the people that actually did come out and say, you guys complain a lot more when Andrea's on the Let's Play. Like, well, when you have a backseat driver like Andrea, that's why.
Well, what do you want? What do people
What
hate
the heck
when
was
you
that?
complain?
What do you mean?
There,
Do people hate it or love it that you complain? Well,
it almost something weird happened because it like you'll see it I guess in post because it's okay now,
Did
but
it blink or something?
yeah, it like blinked or something.
That's just occasionally a bug that happens with recording software. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Oh, the other thing that people wanted me to answer is actually a story that you found for Geek News, and I don't know if it's going to make the Geek News agenda, but we're going to see if we can, which is that Sega is now investigating the possibility of an HD remaster of Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2. Sega, you suck, because investigate is not the right word.
Yeah.
You should be doing it.
Well, unfortunately, didn't Shenmue do poorly? Isn't that the whole reason it took so long to get Shenmue 3?
I can't deny that concept. Yes, they both did really badly. Especially considering that, well, Shenmue did badly because it was one of the latter games on the Dreamcast. So that already doomed it. The other problem is that with Shenmue 2 and Shenmue 1, the dubs are horrible. They are absolutely horrible. Whomever writes those should be just dragged out in the street and shot.
So
How did I
violent.
know
In the
you-
leg, because I don't condone death.
Okay, so violent, but jeez.
Well, sometimes you're a bad writer. And sometimes your writing is just as painful a process to go through as me shooting you in the leg. So at that point, yes, they were not successful. However, here's the problem with that equation.
There's a
You're going to
battery in
release
there.
That's so.
Shenmue 3. And people are literally going to look at that and go, Shenmue 3? Well, where can I get 1 and 2? And then you immediately say they're not available to them, and a lot of people just look at that and go, that's a missed opportunity. This would be a good time to maybe go back into those games, maybe consider doing a proper dub of them. Hell, you earned enough to make Shenmue 3, Sony. You already justified that you're gonna fund this and you're gonna support I can't remember his name right off the top of my head. You already said you're gonna support him, so why not just do these remakes? Do these HD remasters. Yes, there are gonna be some people that aren't going to buy them, but if you make it cheap enough, then it's a worthwhile venture. And frankly, one you should pursue, because people don't know the story up to this point and are going to be horribly confused when they step into Shenmue 3 and realize you need to know 1 and 2's plot.
Oh.
Was that a little harsh?
I guess that.
Here's the best way to explain this. Alex, would you say that in order for you to understand the overall plot, you have to play every .hack game in the series that we're actually working on?
Funny enough, I've had this question before.
Okay, and the answer is?
It's kind of a. Well, the problem is there's not a clear answer.
If you find
There's
I'm
a
looking
clear answer. Yes,
I'm
you
looking
do.
for it. Well,
there might be one in the toxic pool area.
that's what I'm looking for. I can't find it.
What
Again,
about through the grate?
through the grate? Oh yeah, through here. Okay. Well, because like infection and mutation and with like those games, they do sum up the plot for you.
Okay.
So, right, there are
But
flashbacks.
summing up and knowing the plot are completely different parts
True.
of the equation.
Okay. True to that, I guess.
And here's the thing is that, and you've admitted a couple of times, these games were literally built on the premise there were going to be multiple. Shenmue is the exact same prospect on that.
I might as well just die.
And I mean, literally, Shenmue was
Never mind.
built
It's
to
right
be
here.
6 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
2, and they had to condense it. So 2 is literally like 3 episodes into 1. Okay, that's what they had to do to be able to justify the cost, especially since they were constantly trying to innovate. That's the same prospect here, and there's a lot you would miss in that plot. And now, here's the thing. I know the plot, and I can tell you that the plot is fairly simple. But there's a lot of details that you will literally miss out on and regret that you missed out on if you don't tell those games. And there's a cheap way of redoing those games. You already have the tech. If you want to HDify it, that's fine. Really, the only complaint that people will have is you cut down the game's playtime and you redo the dubs. And maybe, in some of those cases, the unnecessary people that don't need to be dubbed don't get dubbed. They get word balloons, and nobody would be mad about that. So I actually need to look this up. I'm pretty sure their playtimes are horrendous. That's my viewpoint on the matter. I don't think they should be investigating this. It's a given. You have to do 1 and 2. And that's why I reached out to the creator and said, are you planning on this in your plan? And never received an answer.
Oh, that's a shame.
To this day, never received an answer. Let's see. So Shenmue.
Run for the battery!
Run for the battery! Oh. Thankfully, they don't follow you up here.
So here's the comparison. Shenmue 1, to complete the main story
No, you gotta
alone,
put it in the bag.
is 22 hours. 22 hours. Shenmue 2, main story alone, 30 hours. That's a lot of content.
Right.
And yeah, you can take out things like going and collecting toys. I don't really care. If you keep things plot-centric, you can do this cheap. But that's my viewpoints on investigating the possibility of a Shenmue. Shenmue 1 and 2 remasters.
When you say Shamu, it sounds like if you're...
Shamu.
Yeah, it sounds like
That's okay. Somebody on Twitter, when I did the whole E3 thing, said why are you constantly talking about ShamWow? I'm like, that's not even the same letters, man.
ShamWow. You gotta get the ShamWow.
Don't ask me why it's called Shenmue, people. I don't know why it's called. I used to call it Shenwei when I was a kid, because I thought I was cool trying to put an accent to everything.
An accent.
But no, it's just Shenmue. So I don't even know if we figured out. There is a Chinese meaning to it, but it's not associated with the story. And in fact, at this point, I don't think we know what the story is anymore in that game. I'll still buy it.
Which way? This way.
I just didn't contribute to the Kickstarter, because by the time I actually was going to, it was funded. I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's coming out anyway, so I don't need to.
Alright, we're going... Gotta put the battery in.
That already is gonna get me comments. It's like, you didn't contribute to the game that you've been wanting? I've been wanting it, but I would make the argument they can't do it. So the fact that Sony came out and said, yeah, we're gonna do it, was kind of a shock to everybody.
Music's catchy.
What was that?
The music is catchy, so
Yes.
don't blame you for humming.
Well, I'm trying to get the hate off my back. I really am, because I know a lot of people are gonna get mad at me for Pokemon comments and Shenmue. Because I piss people off, what can I say? What I've learned.
You just like to...
I just learned that I piss people off. That's just the way it is.
Oh, yay, you can open the door.
Oh, and also, so I think we need to mention this, Alex. We're going to mention it on Geek News too, but I think it's a good idea to mention it here as well, which is the unfortunate news that came down the pipeline this week that our fellow podcaster and beloved podcaster Aldo Gomez got some bad news this week, where he wasn't working for them anymore, but we got the news that Avalanche Studios, a Utah-based EA branch, is getting shut down, and their game, Disney Infinity, is getting shut down. That doesn't mean you can't still play it. They just won't make new toys, and they won't make new expansions for it. I think they said that there will be 2 new toy lines coming out, and that will be it. And one was
I think
based
there was a
off
battery
of,
outside, too.
Was it Alice? Alice is getting one, and another movie is getting one, and I can't remember it. But you're getting that, and that's it. There's no more Infinity stuff, and that actually led to the closing of Avalanche Studios. So that's already, I think the final tally is 3,000 people out of work.
That is a real damn shame.
Push a button, see.
I need to make sure I'm
this is
saying
a
the
split
number
thing,
because
so-
that's a
Yeah.
big number.
That's a split thing?
Yeah, that's a split mission.
Oh, yeah.
Because we have to have one person stand on the button and another...
That's right. I thought the battery was like on top of the area right next to the...
Okay, yeah, I got that wrong. It's not 3,000, it's 300.
Oh, jeez, 3,000.
300 people. Thank goodness I checked. But that's still 300 people out of work.
Oh, let me just... Yeah.
That's 300 people that have been laid off. That are now looking for other means of work.
The battery is like right on top of the world's entrance.
That
Yeah.
sucks, people. It really does. It sucks that 300 people are now out of work.
I
That
cannot...
we're doing what they love.
I cannot believe that. That's really
Yeah,
sad for them.
I'm really surprised too. I would have figured Disney Infinity would be doing well enough.
I
Yeah,
don't think they were, because I don't think the figurines were doing well enough, because it's just added financial cost to a game.
Yeah, probably people didn't want to spend so much on those.
It's one of those things that I've actually seen as kind of the downside to Amiibo and to Skylanders and things like that, is that in order to play the game, you have to go and get the toys. Granted, the Amiibos don't have that same functionality. You can play the games without them, and the Amiibos actually provide unique functionality for the games. For example, the R-Wing Amiibo you could get for Star Fox Zero gives you the classic Super Nintendo R-Wing, or the Shovel Knight Amiibo gives you co-op in Shovel Knight. Those are unique features that Amiibo can do. But I wondered if the downside of things like Amiibo and Disney Infinity was going to be the additional cost that goes into these things by buying each of the new toys. And I'm sure Aldo will kill me for saying toys, but that's kind of how I view the thing. Is
Well, what would he call them?
I'm sure he knows the term that they're going with, but I don't know what it is.
Action figures?
He'd probably go with statues, because he has plenty of those.
True.
I do
Most
too.
of which are of Rei Ayanami.
I do too. And most of mine are Homura.
But they're not Disney Infinity things.
Yeah.
Where you can put them into a game.
Well, you mentioned Rei Ayanami, so...
Yes, but your
thought
fixation
there
is
was
Homura, not Rei.
Yeah. Darn it. Where is the word pad around here?
Which is why in a lot of cases we make the joke that we need some fan art of the Shadow Blazer in Homura attire.
Probably right by Wumba's Wigwam.
Like him constantly going back in time, and he's with Doc Brown, but instead of being in the Marty McFly outfit, he's in Homura attire from Nautica Magica. Because he has such praise for Homura.
For Homura, dog.
So that's sad. I never like to hear a studio closing down. And contrary to a lot of people think, because a lot of people thought when Lionhead closed down, I was all but too happy to see Lionhead close down. That's not the case. I want more studios. I want to be able to see what a bunch of other studios can create product-wise. Am I the biggest Peter Molyneux fan?
Others?
No.
Okay.
But I like the fact that Lionhead was out there competing with DICE, competing with Nintendo, competing with Capcom, competing with BioWare, and now they're not. So I think that actually hurts the gaming market as a whole, because there isn't as much innovation there. There isn't as much diversity. And by diversity, I mean diversity and innovation. Different ideas, people. Am I boring people yet with my rants?
Even though none of us have played Disney Infinity.
Disney Infinity.
I've played a little bit of it, because, you know, there are those Best Buy demos. But that's it.
Maybe I would have to
Which is sad, because Aldo tried to convince us who knows how many times. How many times, honestly, Alex, did he try and get us to play Infinity?
Yeah, he mentioned it a lot. I don't know if he actually outright tried to convince us.
Oh, he did for me. He was like, you need to play Infinity, good sir. You would appreciate it. I'm like, dude, because I remember having this, not argument with him, but saying, I just don't think Infinity would be a thing for me, because too much of it is involved in, like, level creation. and I'm not a Minecraft guy. I'm not a Mario Maker guy. I don't have Mario Maker. Because I'm not interested in making the level. In fact, I probably suck at making the level. I'd much rather just play the level.
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of the same, even though I love like SimCity games and that. But I can't imagine me. Even though I have looked for getting Mario Maker, but I can't imagine I'll be any good at it.
But here's the difference. There is like SimCity would come with a.
So it might be a battery thing down here you can apply.
Yeah, there is.
Like SimCity would come with like a map editor that you could do, and so I'm guessing you played the game, but never messed around with the editor.
Well, once in a while, I've messed with the map editor.
Because I'm not that guy. I never messed around with that stuff. Even with Blizzard games, and those are my favorite real-time strategy games, I've never really messed around with the editor. Unless, say, I wanted to bring out, like, a cool plot character. And so now we can go into
The waste disposal plant.
the dark pipe of doom.
Do I have the Shaq pack, the napping thing?
Huh?
Where do I get... I'm trying to think where I get the whole... I get my pack and I take a nap ability.
The map?
No, pack.
The
Shaq pack.
The Shaq pack?
Yeah.
Are we playing Shaq Fu? Turn this off right now!
The Shaq pack is a little old place.
No, I'm not laughing. We don't bring up Shaq and humor in the same sentence. He had his chance in Kazam. He failed.
The Shaq or the snooze one?
Oh, the snooze one, I guess, whatever. I guess I could go fight the
I think
boss.
it's in the
train
corner of the right where you were.
Speaking of which, ADD moment. Did Shaq Fu 2 ever come out?
I have no idea, actually.
I don't even know if the Kickstarter got funded. We'll have to look it up.
You need to take Banjo to the trash, buy the trash compactor.
Okay.
Okay, who started up the alarm? Wow, this is a dingy looking apartment. Hi, buddy.
This guy,
Hi, Mumbo wallpaper.
this is like a Mumbo fan or something. I'm his #1 fan.
Well, then Mumbo was very happy about this.
I'm Mumbo's.
Jet Force Gemini.
Ah, Jet Force Gemini.
Where's the damn
Because
toilet?
Rare likes referencing their work.
Huh?
Where's the toilet?
Probably one of those
I
other.
don't know, Alex. Where is the toilet?
Check the other room. Not
Or-
that
or
one.
the
I don't
loo,
think.
as they call it in Britain.
The loo.
The loo.
What's
Me
in,
and Andrew have
what's
been
in
talking
that
a lot
room?
of British, so we're starting to equate ourselves to these terms.
Because you gotta get rid of all those things so you can actually see what the heck you're doing.
Well, God damn it! I hate this fucking things. Fucking goddamn bats of this level.
Ah, so Medusa heads.
Well,
Okay.
Medusa heads, yeah.
So we're actually coming really close to recording time. Can we get it? Can we get another jiggy?
We can at least get a
Quicker.
friggin' Cheeto page, I think.
All right.
God damn it, I can't find anything. I like the concept of this level, but it's so damn confusing and hard to find anything around here.
Oh, don't worry, because when I first played this my very first time, it took a while to figure out where things are.
I want to see a picture of a frustrated Andrea trying to make her way through Grunty Industries now,
Like I said, you
because
can't.
you know that was a thing that happened.
Are you sure you're not thinking of the first one?
No, logo's in this game.
Oh yeah, somewhere.
Because it gives you a Cheeto page.
First, we gotta get rid of that stupid camera. There it is.
Where?
Wait.
Did Portal not teach us anything? When you destroy the cameras, you create problems.
It's in the corner. Keep going.
Oh, there
It's
it
way
is.
up there. There you go. It's gotta be in one of the rooms. And I don't think you can break through that one. That person's a Wumba fan. Unless it's not in this area. Maybe it's in another area. You just have to...
I swear it was in here, though.
And the camera's back, apparently.
Yeah, they respawn, like everything else.
Wait, do you have to blow up one of those doors? There we go.
I knew it. Hey there, Banjo. Wagga, what are you doing here? Well, Grunty ripped me out of her mansion and stuck me in here. Boy, you should see the mess some of those workers make.
We don't. Need
I
to see
don't
that,
want
thanks.
to know.
Anyway, someone thought it funny to fill me full of paper. I really need unblocking, if you wouldn't mind.
We do, actually.